Welcome to the New School of Marketing podcast, the place for smart, simple strategies that will amplify your business results. Sharing practical tips, insider knowledge, and actionable advice because marketing is something that every business owner can do. Now, let's get started. Introducing your host, Bianca McKenzie, mum, lover of snow sports, camping, horse riding, and in-demand launch strategist and Facebook advertising knowledge bank.
Hello and welcome to the New School of Marketing podcast. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world. So I feel like every time I come on here, I complain about the weather, but we had more than 45 mil of rain yesterday, and it is so soppy wet everywhere I go. I went to let out our chickens this morning, and the poor things, it's just kind of a mud bath in their coop. So they're free ranging right now, but there's not a dry spot to be found in our paddocks, in our gardens. And yeah, we've had a lot of rain. And apparently it doesn't rain this often, is what everyone keeps telling me, but we'll see. I might have to get used to the rain here in Tasmania. Anyway, let's talk about Facebook ads. And I want to talk about Facebook ads in an e-commerce setting. Now, if you don't have an e-commerce store, this still can apply to you as well. So while the majority of my work as a Facebook ad strategist is focused on online course launches, so I'll do a lot of online course launches, a lot of list building, getting people to come to webinars and things like that, I do actually serve a handful of e-commerce clients as well. And their ads strategy and approach is a little bit different from online course providers. So for online course providers, the majority of the work I do is list building and launches. So whether that is, an evergreen funnel or an actual launch, most of the work evolves around list building, getting people onto email lists, focusing on getting them to show up to webinars or challenges or things like that, and then promoting their online courses. So I do also do e-commerce, and every so often I get questions about e-commerce ads and whether list building is actually a good strategy for them in terms of Facebook ads. And while I think list building is a good strategy for any business, often e-commerce businesses don't need to focus heavily on list building. They can use Facebook ads to sell their product straight away, most of the time. So I'm going to put a little disclaimer here. Unless your product has a high price point and it takes longer for someone to make the commitment to invest, then list building would be my preferred strategy first. So in today's episode, I want to talk about 3 simple steps to get started with Facebook ads in your e-commerce business. And these steps are probably not what you're expecting, but they are very important. So listen up. Number 1, install your Facebook pixel and prepare your business and ad account. So one of the first recommendations I would make is to install your Facebook pixel on your website. So you can make sure that it tracks your homepage, and depending on what platform you're using, it'll be tracking adds to cart, purchases, etc. Most pre-built e-commerce websites offer instructions on how to install your pixel so that it tracks all of those things. So to find out how to install it on your website, I would Google and I would literally type in something like Facebook pixel on Shopify, if you use Shopify. And it'll show you how to install your Facebook pixel on Shopify. And as part of this step, you also need to prepare your business for iOS. Now, you might have no idea what iOS means. A few months ago, Apple introduced their latest, like the iOS platform is what they use. Like all their stuff, it runs on iOS. So if you've got, a desktop, you'd be like familiar with Microsoft. Apple uses iOS. And particularly on their apps, on their mobile devices, phones and iPads, you can use apps. And what happened was that with this latest release, they are offering people the option to opt out of tracking. So this has had complications for Facebook ads because Facebook ads was relying on tracking with the Pixel. And a number of people have opted out of tracking using their iOS devices. So Facebook can't accurately track it with just the Pixel. And that's why there are a few steps you need to take to prepare setting your business up for these changes. I've actually created a free guide for e-commerce store owners that tells you how to prepare your business. And I'll add the link for it in the show notes so that you can set up yours as well. All right, number 2 is have a product that converts. I told you, none of these steps are probably what you're expecting. To get the most out of Facebook ads, you need to have a product that already sells. If your product is new and you haven't sold anything yet, you can still use Facebook ads, but you may not get the results you want. Most people, they want sales. And that might not happen the first time around. So when you're new to Facebook ads and you have a new product, the first time you run Facebook ads, you'll get a whole lot of marketing research data that you can use to optimize your business and make improvements so that your product will convert. So often the first round or first few rounds of Facebook advertising need to be considered a marketing research exercise. So don't expect too much from your results, but look at the data, learn from it, and then make changes. It just speeds up the process of you validating your product and optimizing your store and things like that. It is still really valuable. Just know that you might not get sales straight out. Once your product converts, then you can get more innovative and put more money towards Facebook ads to sell more products. And there's one thing I really want you to remember here. If your product doesn't yet convert, i.e. it doesn't sell, Facebook ads isn't going to fix this. You need to find out why people aren't buying first and fix that issue before spending money on Facebook ads. Now, sometimes your product might be converting, but you might just not get enough traffic to your problem. To your website, not to your problem, to your website. And I've seen this with many businesses. They complain that their stuff isn't selling or their store isn't converting, but in fact, they have a traffic issue, not a conversion issue. So be really aware of your numbers, know what you're looking at, know that the majority of e-commerce stores convert between 1% and 4%. So you need to look at, are you getting enough traffic to be able to get enough sales? And if it is a traffic issue, Facebook ads can be amazing because it can help you drive more traffic to your website. So number 2 is have a product that converts. Facebook cannot fix a conversion issue, but it can drive more traffic to your website. But again, if you have a conversion issue and you drive more traffic to your website, you're not going to fix the problem. You're just going to waste a whole lot of money. So I really want you to be clear on this, that Facebook ads amplify. So you need to figure out what the issue is if you're not selling before you put actually money into Facebook ads. So once you have a product that sells, you can amplify. Number 3, amplify your sales with Facebook ads. So if you have a product that people are already buying, even without Facebook ads, then you can amplify your sales by putting your offer in front of more people. So Facebook is amazing for finding more people to buy your products. And like I said, it can't fix the conversion rate. So it's really important that you fix that first. Your product needs to sell. Otherwise, it's going to be a disappointment. But once it does sell and you amplify it with Facebook ads, most of the time it is straightforward maths, and you can look at your conversion rates and go, okay, if I send more traffic to my website, realistically, I should expect X amount more sales or X amount more this and that. This obviously will depend on whether or not beforehand you sold to a warm audience, whereas Facebook ads often a cold audience. So there will be some differences there. That said, there are lots of ways to actually warm up your audience with Facebook ads as well beforehand. So you can actually build audiences and warm them up with Facebook ads before they will purchase. So it really just depends on the client journey and how they go through the buying process. So you need to know that. But Facebook ads can be an amazing part of your strategy. I just want you to know that it amplifies. It doesn't fix. So where do you start? Well, the first step really is to install your pixel. Even if you don't plan to advertise yet, the pixel is going to track who visits your website. And you can use this data in the future by asking Facebook to find more people who are already viewing your website. Or, and I do this a lot for my clients, use retargeting ads. It is a little bit harder now with the iOS changes, but some people don't opt out of tracking, and you can still retarget people that have looked at products on your website but haven't purchased. Because, sometimes it's not that they didn't purchase because they don't want it. It's because they got distracted, or, the delivery guy came, or the baby woke up. There's so many things going on in our lives. Sometimes I just need to think about it a bit longer. But then when I see an ad, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm going to buy it now. So think about all of these things. But the pixel is still the most important step, even though we cannot track everyone accurately with it anymore because some people opt out, but there's a lot of people who don't. The next steps really depend on where you are in your business. Are you new, or have you already sold your product through your online store? Remember, Facebook ads can amplify, but it can't fix a sales and conversion problem. If you do have a sales and conversion problem, I recommend working with a marketing expert to identify what the issue is and how you can fix it. There are some amazing e-commerce marketing experts out there, and they can really help you with fixing things. And once it's fixed, you can go back to Facebook ads and actually amplify your sales. So at the moment, I actually have a small number of e-commerce clients that I actually do ads for, and I have a wait list for done for you clients. So if you want me to run your Facebook ads, get in touch. I do have a small wait list for that. Or if you are adventurous and curious about Facebook ads, download one of my free resources or join me in my program, Facebook Ads for Online Stores. You'll find the link in my show notes, and I will welcome you with open arms. Right, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the New School of Marketing podcast. I hope it was helpful, and I can't wait to share more marketing tips with you next week. If you're ready to take your business to the next level with Facebook and Instagram ads, make sure you visit newschoolofmarketing.com to download practical free resources, plus subscribe to the podcast and never miss an episode. I can't wait to go on this journey with you. Until next time, take care and market your business every day.